Here with SBC Nation Sports Talk Radio, I'm Andrew Capatinga with my partners Brendan Albertson and Kevin Lindsay. We've got a great show for you today. We're going to be talking about some rugby ball as well as the upcoming Sudikoff family wiffle ball game at Fenway Park. So what do we think about these upcoming developments, Kevin?
Well, it's a really exciting time of the year for Boston sports fans. I mean, there's nothing like the Sudikoff family wiffle ball game to really, get your desire for good family sports in. And rugby ball, great season with the SBC campers this year at Simmons College. A lot of 4 new coaches out of 6, I believe. That's a relatively high percentage of newcomers and a lot of new talent to be seen in the campers ranks as well.
Right, Brendan. And going back to wiffle ball, who do you see as some key contributors in this annual matchup at Fenway?
I see Abel Sudikoff as being one of the notable sluggers on the team. I think he's going to do really well in this game.
And you can't forget about starting pitcher Bertha Sudikoff. Her slider is so nasty, it's said to be as unhittable as a greased-up frisbee.
That's pretty unhittable right there,
yeah.
I do believe. Do we have a caller?
We do have a caller on the line. Aiden from Mass, you're on the line.
Yes, I just have a question about Bertha Sudikoff. A lot of people have been complaining that she doctors the baseball, or the wiffle ball in this case, excuse me. Now, as we saw with the Michael Pineda incident, there seems to be a widespread issue that occurs not only with just the best pitchers, but all of those trying to make it in the Sudikoff League. Do you think it gives her an unfair advantage over hitters like Abel Sudikoff? Do you think it's cheating? What do you think should be done about this accusation?
Well, first I'd like to say that I think she is a doctor. I think she is Dr. Bertha Sudikoff, so she may be doctoring the baseball, to say the least. Other thoughts?
We'll have to see. There's not much evidence to support that claim, but certainly we'll have to see the referee, or in this case the umpire, Jerry Sudikoff. We'll have to keep a close eye on the pitcher, Bertha Sudikoff, of course, because we don't want any unfair competition, as this is a big sporting event.
Yes, I do agree in the sense that she should be closely watched throughout the game. I think she's a terrific pitcher, but as you said, the allegations that have been put against her, cheating, so what? Let's just see what happens. I don't think she'll cheat at all.
So we have to also take a look at the weak links. Of course, number 9 hitter and shortstop Scott Sudikoff will be looked at. He is hitting 122 on the season. Coming into this big annual matchup, so with no home runs. So we have to. What can they kind of do to hide him in the lineup and in the field as well?
Well, Scott Sudikoff kind of naturally disappears in the crowd. I mean, he's not really the most notable person, doesn't have any real talents or skills to speak of. So, Brandon, you have any more thoughts on how Scott can be an important player in this game?
I honestly think Scott Sudikoff will do well in this game. He's going up against his family. As we all know, it's the Sudikoff family wiffle ball game. And I honestly think that he's going to do really well both in the field and in the batter's box.
All right, let's move on to talk some rugby ball. Obviously, Chris is a great coach. I'd just like to point that out. So far in competition, we have 2 undefeated teams. We have Money Squad, and we have
Chris's team.
Chris's team, obviously, because he's a great coach.
And for Chris's team, the big star has been Byron Tollefson. He claims to have 13 of 14 goals scored. This is a dubious record, as no one really keeps stats, but I would have no problem believing it because Byron's been absolutely fantastic thus far. A couple of guys have scored 4 or 5 goals. And also, George from Maury's team claims to have scored about 9 goals. Who knows if that's actually accurate, considering his team's 0-2. But he has shown to be one of the best players and one of the worst teams. And if there's anybody to be moved at the upcoming deadline, I'd see him as the guy. More thoughts on the rugby ball, Brandon?
I'm going to go back to what you said about George. I honestly think that those 9 goals in 2 games, that's preposterous. How is that even possible, for crying out loud? You're only played 2 games, 1 night of rugby ball. So what?
All right,
doesn't even make sense.
Seems as if we've got a caller on the line. I think it's Ishmael from North Dakota. What's your thoughts here?
Yes, I have a question about what Mr. Albertson said. He questions his ability to score 9 goals in 2 games. Now, I have a question for you, sir. If you believe that Byron Tollefson scored 13 in 2 games as well, how do you think it's preposterous that he can score 9 goals in 2 games if Tollefson scored 13?
Oh, thank you, Ishmael from North Dakota, for that question. I honestly think that Byron's a Hall of Famer, to be honest with you. George isn't. So it's a difference from experience of playing rugby ball compared to saying, well, Byron's been here for a long time, he's played rugby ball. So it makes a big difference on the experience, veterans. George isn't a veteran, so That's my take.
Are you saying that rookies cannot have a good season, however, though? Because Mike Trout proved otherwise.
He hasn't practiced. That's the thing.
There's nothing like rugby ball to get our campers all riled up. Ain't that right, Andrew?
Oh, could not be closer to the truth, my friend.
So I believe that's all we have time for today, Andrew.
Yes, so from SBC Nation Sports Talk, with my partners Brendan Albertson and Kevin Lindsay, I'm Andrew Cavatingen. Catch you later.